Today we're back in this landscape dominated by these beautiful giant bastards, Pachycereus pringlei, also known as the Cardon, one of about 11 or 12 species in a genus. I think there's 12, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is, this landscape is incredible. We're only about 3 or 4 miles inland from the ocean, so the fog does have an effect here, and you will see lots of lichen growing on a lot of these columnar plants like the bujum trees, Fucaria columnaris. I like the name Cirio better. And these Pachycereus. Now the other dominant plant here is this chalky mint green bastard, this Ambrosia chenopodiifolia. It's a ragweed, a woody shrub ragweed, a wind-pollinated genus in the sunflower family Asteraceae, which is actually pretty weird for the family. Anyway, you could see this whole landscape is built for the heat and the dry, all right? Arid climates. It's a desert, obviously. You got giant fucking cacti. But you do get winter rain. It's different from mainland Mexico in that most of the rain seems to come between the months of January and March. There can be exceptions, but regardless, this is kind of a fog desert. So we're going to fuck around, do a little impromptu floristic survey. Hope you enjoy it. Here you go. Welcome to another episode of Crime Pays Botany Dustin. Today we's out here. We's in the Valley of the Cardons. We came out here. We've been on this dirt road for 30 miles. It's a good road, though. We're looking for a fossil exposure of Cretaceous wood from the family Lauraceae, the avocado family. So, but we didn't find it. The road was all washed out and overgrown. There's huge divots in it, about 6 feet deep. So now we're just gonna go look around, fiddly fuck around and look at some giant cacti and some of the other rock exposures. Does anybody else want to say anything?
It's really nice out here. There's a lot of cool stuff, so I think we're going to find a lot of awesome things. And it's been raining here in the desert, so that is always interesting. But it rained last week too, so there's going to be some mushrooms.
It's been a real nice time. What did you find last night? You found a galerina?
Yeah, we found a fluorescent galerina.
Well, Jordan found
really
it.
nice, about that big.
Yeah,
really
so
tiny,
it's got some weird secondary metabolites in there, isn't that right? 'Cause it's showing up under UV. Okay, we're going to check out what's going on up here. Rhodium texanum all over the ground. We got a very fine particled clay. We got Encilia farinosa. This is, of course, the native Rhodium. You could see those bird beak fruits right there. Remember the geranium family, Geraniaceae. Of course, you get some very invasive members in his genus as well, like Rhodium secutarium, but this is the native one, texanum. And you can see it's a little bit phenotypically different from what I'm used to. You can see those leaves are somewhat divided. And other individuals I've seen, the leaves are not as divided. These flowers were closed last night. They're open now, even though it's a little drizzly out. Invasives too. This is Malva neglecta. There's the fruit, and there's flowers emerging. This Mesembryanthemum species all over the ground. It's invasive. It's really wonderful where it's native, 5,000 miles away, but it can be a bad invasive here. Very slippery. It's got those bladder cells on the leaves. Isoaceae, the family, in the same order is cactus, spinach, and beets. So it's just in a different family from far away. Look, we got a little burrow over here. Is that a damn badger or a rabbit or something? Probably a jackrabbit. Anyway, what you could see before us, we got a desert wash. Desert's all lit up. It's been raining here good for a few months. The ocean's that way. Sounded lovely last night when we slept here. Once you get high enough, when I go stand up on the hills, I could hear it. We got Stenocereus gummosus, the galloping cactus. We got Pachycereus pringlei, some massive old bastards right there. The Cardon. And then there's actually a legume I've never seen before over here. Nice Sphaerosia, mallow family, Malvaceae, right there, as you can see. But this damn legume I've never seen before. You got photosynthetic stems. You got the bipinnate leaves, and of course the stems, some of the branches kind of taper into a point. Let's go look at a flower. There's the flowers on this thing. You can see them right there. Many stamens. It looks mimosoid. Highly reduced petals. Many flowers aggregated together in a head. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I would guess mimosoidy, which I don't even fucking know. Look, there's an inflorescence that hasn't quite matured yet. Certainly a species I've never seen before, and we just started seeing it when we got into this pretty remote area where there's been a lot of Cretaceous fossil exposures. So you got divaricating leafless, generally leafless branching too. You can see this one's just coming out of that dormant season. What a curious plant. These two different individuals, yeah, it looks like it, yeah. Same species, two different individuals. This one's flowering and in full leaf. This one's just coming out of dormancy. Divaricate, zigzag branching, and photosynthetic stems with the striations on them. Look at that.
Yeah, I think
Down in the wash, look, we got this, actually I'll show you this one. Looks like an atroplex species. Amaranthaceae, you got the betaline pigments. It's Caryophyllales, of course, that order again. It does have those betaline pigments in there. There's the female flowers. You can see just those two. A bifid stigma sticking out, but it's also covered in all these scales. Chenopodiaceae, the chenopode subfamily of Amaranthaceae. Red stems, frosty leaves, somewhat succulent. Oh yeah, there you go. That's an atriplex. And there's those look like maturing fruits. Those are maturing ovaries. And they'll be somewhat spiky once the surrounding tissue dies and they harden off. They turn into little woody seeds, woody fruits. Another species of atriplex, Amaranthaceae. You can see you get those two stigmas sticking out. See, two stigmas sticking out of a fruit, sticking out of an ovary. These are wind pollinated. Look at that, the whole, it's a beautiful color though. Kind of looks like shit when it's dried out and dehisced. Just another brown shrub in the desert, but right now when it's lit up, it's going good. Look at that, those betaline pigments, same pigmentation, same pigment chemistry as beets. There's a composite, a member of the sunflower family, that it's so distinct just by its leaves alone, Bahiopsis laciniata. And you can see it's starting to flower right now. Look at this nice wash. Look at it. Cerio gummosus up close. And there was a little fruit left on it. It looks like the birds ate it out already, but there's still a couple seeds in there. I got this thing growing in Texas from a seedling I germinated 5 years ago. Actually doing very well. It's this discoloration on the spines. Odd. And then, of course, we got Pachycereus pringlei. It's a relatively modest one. We were looking at ones about 3 or 4 times that size last night. Is that erodium, that geraniaceae? Almost looks like it's been hybridizing with the invasive. I don't know. The leaves are dissected. But, fucking A, man. Who knows? It might be a different subspecies down here in Baja than the Texanum that I'm used to. This dominant shrub you see everywhere, that's a ragweed. That's an ambrosia. Ambrosia chenopodiifolia. See that? Look at that. You look at any ragweed inflorescence, and there you go. That's them. See that? How about some of these you could eat the seeds. Female flowers on bottom, male flowers on top, and they're wind pollinated. Wind pollinated member of the sunflower family. What's going on here? So them hills are barren, but we don't know why, you know? So we're going to go look at it. But there's Cretaceous exposures all over the place here. Got some nice choyas, some nice cylindropuntias. Got Euphorbia misera, a bush euphorb. So you can see them little flowers. Here's a nice allium, a nice onion. Is that edible? Yes, it's edible. Least interesting thing about it. But yes, you could put that in your mouth and not die. Might get some stomach upset though, I don't know. Is that Cylindropuntia prolifera? I don't know, we'd have to see. This grass is everywhere. Almost looks like an aristida. I'm not a grass guy, but seems to be native from the way it's behaving in the ecosystem. And that's definitely something that you can tell. You can encounter a plant you've never seen before and that you don't know is invasive, and then be able to tell this is probably invasive. You know, not just non-native, because those are two different things, but this is invasive because of the way it behaves. It forms a monoculture, it smothers, etc. But then there are native plants that can form monocultures as well and be very aggressive. Look, so now this is a great opportunity to examine the inflorescence on this tree, Ocotillo, this bujum tree, which these are the fruits right here. They're just basically it's just basically a little woody capsule that splits open along 3 seams. See that? 3 seams, and then lets out winged seeds. I'm pretty sure the seeds are generally winged. So they're all going to be out of here. These have just closed up again. These are long past due, and they've just closed up again after being opened. But on the sun, these are probably last year's. So they might be a little bit, they might be more recent. I don't know. 6 months ago? I don't know. They've been getting a lot of rain here. This thing fell over. They normally don't do this for you. See, this thing, but this guy leaned over so he could show it to us. But they don't always do that. God damn, that's so lovely. Look at this. And of course, does this guy have any spines on him? No, he doesn't even have any spines anymore. He's just doing fascicled leaves. But when you get new growth, just like regular ocotillos that you get in the Southwest, when you get new growth, their petioles, see these spines right here, those are just old leaf petioles. When you get the new growth, the leaf comes out, the petiole turns into a spine, like you can still see going on down here. And then once the leaf dehisces and the leaf petiole, the tissue that comprises the leaf petiole dies, and it turns into a spine, just like regular ocotillo, Fucaria splendens. This is Fucaria columnaris, regular ocotillo, Fucaria splendens. Nice pack right there. Oh, these redwings, every time I bend down, it sounds like I'm farting. But you know, I shouldn't have ruined the magic for you. I should have just let you keep thinking that's what was happening. Anyway, look at this lichen. Oh, I can't tell, is it dead or does it just do that? Does it do that? I think that's very much alive. Wonder what species of lichen that is. God, they're so fucking cool. Why are more people into this stuff, you know? All the dumb shit people care about. You know, muscle cars, fancy handbags, Botox, boob jobs, fucking, you know, fancy cologne, having a nice new car and a lawn to impress your neighbors. Why does anybody get into lichens, huh? Alan's over there taking a picture of that parasitic plant that looks like silly string. That's a Cuscuta. It's in the Cucurbitaceae. But actually, you know what? I think it's in Convolvulaceae. Excuse me. It's hard for me to get enthusiastic about that plant, so I always forget what family it's in. But look at this new species of buckwheat, at least to me, that I've never seen before. It's got these undulate leaf margins, which might be an adaptation to full sun. You know, break up the surface of the leaf so it's not all getting smacked at once with those UV rays. And then there's those tiny flowers, which have, they're ciliate. They have hairs on the petals, if you can actually see them. Tiny flowers grouped together in an involucre, the darker part that's attached to the red stem, the red peduncle, and then those tiny star-shaped flowers with 6 petals. There's a bunch of them all pouring out of that involucre. It's kind of a shitty example, but I got nice macro shots where you can see hairs on them. Pretty interesting. Little annual here in the desert. But let's get to those hills because they really look interesting. Cute little Cardon. God, do you want to see the big guys? They're over there. That's where we were last. That is really nice. That's where we were last night. That's some good stuff over there. Right here at the base of the hills, but we got a nice dahlia going off. A prostrate, creeping dahlia. You know, those tiny pea flowers, banner wings and keel, Phoboideae subfamily, obviously. Banner wings and keel petals. Oh, you got glands on there, too. Look at those glands on those leaves. But this thing smells pretty good. You got that fuzzy dahlia calyx. You get the hairs coming off the calyx. And calyx is just the conglomeration of sepals. And a beautiful color, too. Just creeping here in what is probably barren as hell, this whole landscape, most of the year. But we're here, you know, you could easily be fooled into thinking it's lush and green. I mean, it's so fucking, it smells incredible. Everything's just lit up. Oh, that's nice. This smells good. You get all them glands. How could it not smell good? See those little dots? Oh. So let's go check out these rocks over here because I'm seeing them come off like plates, which would indicate sedimentary. That they're sedimentary in origin. Oh, definitely. This is a sedimentary sandstone. This is that good Cretaceous sedimentary sandstone. But is it fossiliferous? Will we find any fossils in here? And it's curious, you can find, in these exposures, you can find both. Oh, that's a nice one. It's a composite whose name I once knew, but have since forgotten. In these exposures, you can find both terrestrial fossils, land fossils, like trees, like that unidentified species in Lauraceae, huge log that was found. And you can also find marine fossils. Not seeing much right here, but this is really good because it changed from what we've seen most everywhere else is conglomerate. This is obviously sedimentary rock. This is the old bedding plane. These are coming off in plates because that was the old bedding plane at which these layers of sediment were originally deposited. And just like pages in a book, they come off. Oh, sorry, guy. What the shit is it? It's like a little silverfish looking thing. What the shit is that thing? Sounds like some cactus wren drama over there. Those little birds, they're always fighting. They're always just barking. I can't tell what this is. This might be fossilized wood that was later infiltrated with sandstone. It does have a very curious pattern. Or it could just be some sort of concretion too. Who knows? But it's kind of hard to tell. God, this is just wild though. It's just, I mean, it's crazy to think that I had no idea. I thought most of the rock in Baja was pretty young. Cretaceous, that's before the dinosaurs got taken out. This is pretty interesting. See, I can't tell if those are rings or what. Who knows, man? Really hard to tell if that's fossilized wood or what. Fossilized wood that got infiltrated with sand and then lithified. But it's a nice day out either way. We got plenty more to explore. So there's some nice petrified wood. At least it really looks like it. Only found one a little bit in a wash. There's all that white lichen. And then here's a new species of buckwheat that I haven't seen before. A new Eriogonum. Looks absolutely nuts. There's the leaves. And here's the tiny flowers just kind of creeping along the ground, forming this net-like branching. God, that's fucking wild. It's wild. Look at it. It's just there's another one, another little seedling. It's just creeping. It's a creeper. It's a midnight creeper. Nice. Let's get a nice habitat shot of this thing, just for context, with the giant cacti in the background. You know, if this was a new species, it should be called Pachycereus, because those leaves look like ocotillo leaves when they're fresh and new, you know? See, look, he's getting comfortable. You comfortable, Alan?
Yeah.
You can see this, we got that Eriogonum, and it's forming, see, look, there's the old one. It's forming that net-like, it's a creeper. It's creeping all over the place. Really unique. Wow, look at the lichen all over here, too. These sediments, these silty, fine particled sediments. What was going on in the Cretaceous? You know, I just want to know. You know, I'm not trying. Whoa, look at the fucking base of leaves on that. Same Eriogonum. I gotta stop and take a picture. Everybody give it up for Coriocarpus partheniortes, that little white daisy. Now, Jordan just asked a very important question that it just kind of occurred to him. He said, how come there's nobody out here? And I said, because most people, you know, I pointed out, because most people don't give a shit about the things that we care about, you know. And then he made another observation. He's like, every time I walk into a Ross Dress for Less, you know, it's packed, but then, you know, you come out to places like this and there's nobody. I mean, perfectly, I'm fine with that, but it would be nice if this kind of shit was a little bit more on people's radar. That was nice, Alan. That was nice. See, we got this little crevasse right here. Look at that Solanum heinzianum just all lit up. Look at those dangling porocidal anthers. Oh, they look kind of... Oh, no, you got some fresh ones there. Got a nice volutinous texture to those leaves. See all these pebbles? Perhaps these pebbles were tumbled in the ocean in the distant past. Well, I guess it would have been somewhat recent, right? So all this stuff's being uplifted, you know? But see, this doesn't look good. Now you see over here, we're getting to more of this conglomerate shit, and the hills are more covered as well. Whereas back there, when we were on those sediments, for whatever reason, it was pretty barren. Yeah, we're not getting through that. Look at all that. Look at a galloping cactus. Oh, look at this boojum. I love it when they do this. They make a little arch. You can take your wedding photo here. God, look, they just get they get fucking weird over there. Yeah, see, I want the barren stuff. This conglomerate, which is just all those rounded pebbles, is much easier for the plants to grow on, apparently. Whereas this barren Cretaceous sediments and these mudstones, you know, not so much. It's a little weirder. Oh, is that a marina? What's here? Oh, I'm getting snagged. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice over there. Look, that's a nice photo op. Look at those guys. See them? Growing all twisted and contorted. It's really coming down now, you know, and I left the window slightly cracked for the dogs, along with some classic country playing. And they're probably getting soaked right now. At least my car is getting soaked. They're probably clustered up, smelling bad in the middle of the back seat. Here's that cosquito. But you can see this soil, it gets a lot more barren. What's going on here on these little badland formations? The lichen is doing fine. Is that an atriplix too? That little glaucus thing? Erodium texanum. Yeah, what's going on, man? That buckwheat, of course, is also growing on this, what I take to be somewhat harsh soils. It's just because it's fine particled clay. And when it bakes in the sun, it's just much too dry for many of these plants, or what? Oh, shit. What is this? Is this fossilized? I can't tell. Is that fossilized wood of some kind? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Really cool. It's really nice here, though. Look, all this stuff is that Cretaceous sediments. Not much conglomerate. This is the selenite. Look at it. I got excited. I thought you were wearing clogs for a minute. Or Crocs. Yeah, that's selenite crystal. That's gypsum. More testament to the idea that maybe this was marine, not terrestrial sediments. Probably. God, there's some fucking huge ammonites that have been recovered from this area. And look, again, that buckwheat is real. That Eriogonum is really having a heyday. Oh, that's a lovely photo right there. I'm going to have to get a photo of that one. Look at that. This creeping buckwheat, this creeping Eriogonum. We're going to go up there. We're going to pay homage to the boojum. We're going to fuck around, look around, see if we could find any fossiliferous exposures. And we're going to head back to the truck and start listening to classic country. Classic country is actually kind of fucked up. Some of the lyrics are kind of fucked up. They're kind of problematic. No, but seriously, there's some issues in there. See, that's all conglomerate. It's a little bit richer in plant life. Eriogonum, look at this thing. Look at it. It's so glabrous. It's got them new red, those red stems. What the shit? You know, I bet one or two people knows about this already. Maybe it just hasn't been described yet. Maybe it has been described. I don't know. I didn't bring the annotated profanity-laden checklist of Baja California with me. I deleted it off my phone because I didn't, like 2 months ago, because I didn't realize I was going to be coming back here so soon. But look at this. What a weird habit for a plant. And like many buckwheats, it's growing on a unique geologic substrate. Here comes another round of rain in my cheap-ass big box. I don't even know where I got this piece of shit. The thing just broke. But it's still holding up for now. Anyway, there's a nice Escholzia. I wonder if it's Californica. It's growing directly out of gypsum. You can see it right there. You can see the selenite crystals, just calcium sulfate popping up out of that exposure of mud. It's probably why this is so barren. It's probably high gypsum content, as well as the mud's just become baked during the dry season, and it's just far too harsh for anything to grow. And you get that kind of vertic clay effect. It's like a very fine particled clay. Look, it's a nice little Dudleya, just doing its thing on this exposure of vertic clay soils derived from Cretaceous marine sediments. And you could see all the lichens. Puffy little lichens, just puffy little lichens. Then these sediments. Oh, there's a leaf speckling on that Dudleya. That's nice too. Look at that. That's cool. Crassulaceae, everybody. Little boojums hanging out, getting going. Soil's sticking to my feet in clods and clumps. I think it's time to go. I want to look for more. This is not, this stuff looks like this. These are just badlands. It's hard to imagine there being any fossiliferous material. Here, looks like it's all been pretty weathered. Certainly the right formation, but it looks like it's all been weathered. It wasn't capped by an overlying harder rock. Oh, that's a nice little rock. Look at that. That little pebble's been perfectly rounded. More of that conglomerate stuff, Evidence having been tossed back and forth, maybe on a beach, an ancient beach. Could have been on an old stream. Having their salad tossed on an old stream or something like that. That's an interesting guy right there. Anyway, I think we should move along. I'm just going to go say hi to those boojums up there. Oh, nice ground cherry. Nice physalis, nightshade family, solanaceae. Look at those radar dish flowers, 5 fused petals. Right there. See, look, it's just get these barren muds. There should be a lot more interesting stuff going on. But there's just a few selenite crystals, some barren exposures, maybe an edaphic endemic, that buckwheat, whatever the hell that was. Whoa, look at this goddamn plantain. Look at this plantago. That's a weird one. See, this is all annual, so this is barren. If it hasn't gotten a good amount of rain, this is barren most of the year because it is a desert. So this is just vertic, fucked up clay. These are all annual plants. What is this guy do? I wonder what this thing is. It's got kind of scabbard leaves. Almost, I wonder if it's a Frankinia or something. They do like fucked up soil, you know, of marine sedimentary origin. There's the tiny flowers. Oh, look, yeah, you can see it's got little barbed scales on it. That's why it feels like Velcro. There's the tiny flowers grouped together and subtended by smaller leaves. Oh, yeah. It's an interesting one. Gonna have to figure out what this is. I'll put it in the captions. Is it yeah, it isn't. It does seem to be an annual. Might die back to a root herbaceous perennial. Most of the stuff is annuals, though. Most of this stuff is annuals. The dogs are over there in the truck listening to classic country. Make it very far. There's just too much cool stuff. Got a tiny acmospan, formerly in the genus lotus. Little pea flower. See that little yellow pea flower. But yeah, all this stuff is annual. So in 2 months, this will all be crispy and gone. Ah, fuck. Is that Cirio? That's a perennial. Probably won't last there though. Nothing seems to. Old Eriogonums, old buckwheats. Oh, this is a real shit slog. Really is. It's worth it though. Get up there, see what's going on up top. See, oh shit. What is? Oh no, I thought that was wood. How many goddamn buckwheats? There's so many buckwheats, man. And that's what that buckwheat looks like alive. See, there's a living one, there's a dead one. How blue that Scholzi is. Look at that. California poppy. I don't know if that's Californica. It might be that. You know, all the Scholzias look the same to me, so I don't even go too deep. There's that bean, phaseolus. I'm fucking up the substrate for all these things, so I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful. Look at that buckwheat. See, they always got those big basal leaves before they branch out and form that little net. This patch of that phaseolus, that bean, Society for the Appreciation of Lesser Known Beans. Oh, it's got fruits on there. So, man, I haven't seen any pollinators except feral honeybees. What the fuck? You get above them sediments, you get back up to this conglomerate stuff, which was no doubt the shore of the ocean however many millions of years ago. That's a beautiful piece. How much some of this stuff, I mean, it just looks like ocean, marine conglomerate. There's the boojum in question. Oh, look at that guy. You're doing good. Beautiful standout. Oh, nice pharaoh cactus. Is that Cylindraces? Hespero yucca, whipplei, a false yucca. It's related to yuccas quite closely, but I wonder if that's got moth pollinators or generous pollinators too. I forget. See, there's an old one. Can really get stabbed on some of those, and they produce offsets as well. Yeah, there you go. That's nice. So anyway, we're gonna head back and check out another possible exposure. So I really want to see some of these I just want to know what was going on during the Cretaceous. I just want to know what's going on. That's all. I just want to know what they're doing in there. This pharaoh cactus. It's a monocarpic yucca relative. So it just flowers once and dies, but that's why it produces all these offsets. What Alan just found, I didn't even see this. You get some sort of cactus species. I don't know if it's Pachycereus or Stenocereus gummosus. But it looks like there was a fruit there. Unless there's a buried stem or something. Much more likely there's a fruit. Bird brought it here. All the seeds got deposited, and now they're germinating with the recent rains. But unfortunately, they're not going to be long for this world because this whole hillside is eroding. So anyway. And they look like they're a little stressed too. There's no nurse plant. Little red. They're flushing red. Pretty cool though. Being that I'm privy to a cactus compassion, I dug these up because they're not going to be there for long. I'm going to replant them in some of the muds further down below. This is the part of the video where somebody commenting, all the negative Nancy's go, what the fuck is he doing? What is he fucking doing? I can't believe he's fucking doing that. That's really fucked up. But you know, it's going to be better for them. And they got enough juice just because they're like little batteries to actually last, because to actually make it, they stand a good chance. If this was the dry season, I'd never do it, but we've been getting pissed on. It's gonna be raining again. They'll be fine. They got enough juice cooked up, especially those bigger ones, to actually stand a chance and make it and be able to send out new roots. See, now the sun wants to come out. All right, but is it coming out for good, or is it being coy? Was it going to go back in to its little hidey home amongst the clouds? Yeah, pretty sure this is just Pachycereus pringlei. There's really nothing else it could be except Stenoserius gummosus. Oh, that's a nice stem photosynthetic shrub. Wonder if that's at Hoffman-Segia. But you know, they sell these in the big box stores in the Home Despots and stuff. And you'll find them just all growing together. You know, five of these things sown in the same pot in like shitty peat soil that was probably dug out of a fucking Canadian bog somewhere. It's just not very sustainable. Ah, shit, how am I going to get through this? This is that mimosoid legume. It just smells so good. I just come out here for the smells, you know, just to bathe in it. You know, so that when I'm filled with hate back in like a fucking shopping center, I got soothing thoughts. You know, it's my happy spot. Ah, that's so cool. I didn't realize what was going on. I thought these were two different buckwheat species. That one we were looking at before. Here's the vegetative parts, and here's the inflorescence that just crawls around the ground. Excuse me, just crawls along the ground. That's so fucking weird. That is such a weird ecology. Normally inflorescences go up. On this species, they go down. They crawl. See that? This is the inflorescence. There's no leaves. This is just flowers and fruits. And it comes out right there. Creeps along the ground, and then it puts these vegetative parts up. And that's how it cooks up some carbohydrates, some sugars for itself. That and those basal leaves. But there's no flowers here. I thought this was a different species. I was looking, no, you know, I couldn't find any branches with flowers. And that's why, because these are the flowers down here. They just creep. They're all doing that. It's so fucking weird. See, there's a nice spot. See, that way south, so the sun is that way. So, you know, get a little bit of cover. And actually, you know what? I should have them maybe on a different shrub, because they like to get a little sun in the winter. But see, this is a good spot. They fine particled clay soil is working good. So we're just gonna put him back up there. He's got some lichen friends, you know, putting some company around them. He'll be good. Hopefully these guys make it. Hopefully, I mean, they were gonna die anyway. That's the reason I'm doing this. But fucking, you know, because I'm kind of crazy, I guess. You see, then these guys, see, I put this guy there. They like a little nurse plant. All right, they'll be fine. They'll be just fine. They already got started. They already made it past the hardest part, which is just germinating. See, Cactus Palus. Actually, I'm planting these too close together, because in 10 years, you know, further down the line, it might be an issue. But, you know, maybe I'm overthinking this. Where are we going to put these? We'll move these guys down a little bit to another shrub further down. Yeah, see, okay, so, you know, we put them in there, and see, now we're just going to water him in. Just, you know, maybe he doesn't need it, but we're just going to do it. Just go the extra mile for little buddy. Where'd I put the other one? Oh, yeah, there's the other one. Right there. Okay, I'll give this guy some water. Just water his ass in. Maybe put some little... This is really ridiculous. You're just doing this. This is just clickbait for the camera. This is just a feel-good session, you know, like the fucking American news does, you know. They do like, you know, an America Strong... a little bit at the end, you know, so you can, you know, helps all the depressing shit about the world go down, you know. America Strong. David Muir. Okay, where'd he go? I don't know where the fuck he went. Anyway, there you go. We planted some cardones, you know. Maybe one out of those 5 will survive. Maybe not. But either way. Anyway, I really mean on. That's all I got. Go fuck yourself. Bye.